What is up, everybody, and welcome back. Today we are reviewing GCW Ring of Dreams live from the Val Air Ballroom in Des Moines, Iowa. I know they kept saying West Des Moines. I guess technically it's West Des Moines, but Des Moines is basically Des Moines unless you're like way out of the city. It's all one. But anyway, little rant there. But it first aired live on Triller TV Plus on May 17th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Central Time. This was my personal first GCW show ever. A lot of what I wrote was from my my perspective with a little help from watching it on Triller back. So, let's get right into it. We had a 6-man scramble match, which I love that they started with scrambles or young man trios matches, or a trios match in general, depending if Gringo's on the card or not. But we had the Endseeker, Dante Leon. My first time seeing Dante taking on the Allstar Clay Cooper. Again, I found out a lot about Clay Cooper literally last Monday night when I got home, because I kind of went on a little spiral. So yeah, and then we had the Anomaly Adam White versus the Anomaly Adam White versus Fireball Gavin Nash versus the International Man of Mischief Juni Underwood versus Electric Death Victor Analog. I didn't catch it in the previous show's intros from Emil, but I caught it in this. So either he just came up with it, or just tried it out, or something this night, or he said it, or Emil did say it the night before, and I just didn't catch it. I put great opener, lots of action, couldn't really beat it. I believe I want to say it was Victor Analog came on social media and said that he busted out his 450 for the first time in a while for this match. Which I get it, you're on a big stage, you want to impress, you want to keep getting these bookings. So, Dante Leon picked up the victory. Couldn't ask for anything better, just lots of action. I gave this match 3.5 stars. Good opening contest. Then we had what was just a disappointing match. I personally think that if you would have put I'll just start reviewing the match and then I'll go into my rant. We had You're Fucking with a Different Boy, Jimmy fucking Lloyd versus the boy Barbie, Leon King. Even though Leon is a local guy to me, I have no clue who the fuck he was. I severely apologize to Leon. I have no clue. I saw that you were being praised by somebody I respect, and that's one Donnie Pepper Cricket. He's a local indie vet out of the Nebraska area. So I don't think you're bad. You're very good in this match. It was just very short, if I remember. From what the Game Changer World podcast said, it only went like 7 minutes. So you didn't get much time, but I don't really know how to feel about it. He picked up the victory. Leon King picked up the victory. I put King was super over in Des Moines. Lloyd, like watching it back, Lloyd looked like he just wanted to get in, get out, like get in, get out. I have a plane to fucking catch. I don't know if that was the truth, but it just didn't work. But I'll cover what I think should have happened when I get down to the match where I would have changed. But I definitely would have put two different people against these people. I would have switched this match, one participant in this match being Jimmy Lloyd with another participant in another match, and I think maybe those styles would have clashed a little bit better. But so I'll cover that when I get them.
Come on, Leon!
Then we had the team of Unsigned and Don't Care, the stiff Robo Ginger of Gary J, and Deathwish Anakin Murphy versus KJ Orso and Sam Stackhouse. Good match. All these guys, even though Anakin's probably the young person in this match, the guy that's been in the business for 5 years or less, were good. It was just a great as hell match. I gave the previous match 2.5 stars. I'm sorry, I just remembered I forgot to give that because I started ranting. But this match was very good. They did all their classic stuff. You had with I think a cannonball to Murphy, then a cannonball to Gary J. Then they picked them up, hit their double team finish on Gary J, which I love that finish. It is just a combination of their two finishes, but it works. Then Orso went and hit a character assassination on Anakin Murphy. They pinned Gary J for the win. Very good. I did also put that at one point I looked up at Stackhose when he was leaning on the ropes, waiting for the tag, that he just looked gassed as hell. It looked like he had nothing left in that tank. Maybe it was because that building, it was just hot as fuck in that building. That's all I can tell you. It was just hot as fuck. But that match for me granted 3 stars. Not much. It was a good match. Solid. That's 3.5 stars are usually my like middle of the road match. Like they're not bad, but they're really not like super good. There's nothing standing out. It was just like
Gary fucking J! Then we had the real deal teriyaki on
carrying his momentum coming out of the last 2 nights versus he used to go by the Anarchist. I don't know if he still goes by the Anarchist, but it was Eric Cannon, a man who I saw on my very first indie show ever. So yeah, I just put, like, it was an okay match. Like, something just felt off between them. Even John Well from Game Changer World said that they just didn't seem to click. So I don't know what was up with that, but they just didn't seem to click very well. So I don't know if it was because Yaki went too fast or if Cannon just was getting winded, because it looked like he had put on a significant amount of weight since I last saw him. Granted, that was probably close to 10 to 15 years ago. So, yeah. But, yeah. Teriyaki picked up the victory. I gave it 3 stars. Couldn't ask for much more. Then we had one of my favorite matches of the night. Got a lot of action going. Got a lot of stuff. This is kind of where action picked up, except for a small little lull. We had La Chola Viperess versus the Wizard King or Invite. This was my first time seeing both these people live. I don't think I've actually watched an Or Invite match, and one thing that they put over on commentary that Or Invite's grandfather apparently went to Drake University, which is a local university to Des Moines. So that's cool. Good match. Got the crowd just up and going. Great use of what little weapons they could use, because Iowa is a commission state for pro wrestling. So just good match. Viper picked up the victory. Most notable thing I can remember is that when she went to use the staple gun, it like right after you can kind of see it on camera, right after she hits the first one, it jams on her. So she has to hand the staple gun to Recon, and he kind of lays back while she's doing the chops to him and fixes it, and then goes over and he hands it back to her like that, which they didn't catch on camera. That was a funny visual. I was on the other side of the ring, but it was just a fucking funny visual to seeing him like, "Here, my lady," and then protesting 5 seconds later that she's using a staple gun.
No, you don't. He's at the fucking inside. I'm on the wheel inside. Should I powerbomb this? No, you should. No! You suck, Orin!
So yeah, then we had a match that was supposed to be for the GCW tag titles. Which, Brett, if you ever listen to anything, get the fucking tag titles off of Buster in the Brain. I love them, but they can't be carrying the tag titles if they're not around. Like, I would rather see tag champions that are there that can show up and show out than see tag champions that are just like having to cancel bookings, or they're not taking as many bookings, for a promotion that literally helped build them. Just my 2 cents. But anyway, we move into Bear Dozer, the team of the Deathmatch Berserker Bear Bronson and the Bulldozer Matt Tremont, taking on Bangin' Matthews, August Matthews, and Davey Bang. When I first wrote this, I wrote, I think it was Davey Matthews. That's what I wrote. But all I can say is, like, Bang and Matthews got their asses whooped 2 nights in a row, and they came out smiling, and they got respect both fucking nights. My notes say great hard hitting, brawling, ECW style contest. Bang and Matthews, at one point, Bang and Matthews goes for Sears Tower, and Tremont just, like, straight up just uppercuts him in the face. Best thing I ever seen. Like, if you think those are loud via broadcast, they are super loud in real life. Like, they are super, super loud in real life. Especially something like that. But you had I gave this match 4.5 stars. Second best match of the night.
Yeah! Let's fucking go, man! Yeah! Let's go, Matt! Slam the fuck out! Are we having fun, Iowa? Yeah!
Then we had CPA versus All Steel, Jay Fowler. A man I'm very familiar with. He was a staple and a former world champion in what I consider my local indie company, even though there's now like one literally an hour from my house and several others on the other side of the state, opposed to the ones I thought I knew that I knew of. But yeah, just good match. Live, it was my personal piss break match. I was like, I'm hot. I have to pee. I gotta get up. I've already seen Jay Fowler hundreds of times throughout his career. CPA, I'm just not into. I will say the man does have a hell of a handshake. But yeah, so I gave this match 3 stars. Now this is where I'm going to rant a little bit. From what I personally know about or knew about Jay Fowler, and I might actually throw in a little bit of here, is I would have personally put Jay Fowler probably in with Jimmy Lloyd. In fact, I would have probably put Jay Fowler in a 4-way with Jimmy Lloyd and Teriyaki and Eric Cannon. Cannon can do some of the stuff. Him and Lloyd can kind of work as bigger guys, and Cannon doesn't have to carry the entire match as a veteran. Jay Fowler has been doing this for, I think, 15 years, 16 years. So, yeah, I personally would have made that change and put CPA and Dante with Leon King. I think they would have meshed a little bit better, too. Being that its character was a character. You know, but that's my little rant.
Yeah! The 1099!
So we move into our semi-main event of Tombstone Thomas Shire versus Evil Incarnate Otis Cougar. Short, sweet, hard-hitting affair. I gave this match 4 stars. Like, it was just super good.
How sweet are we to Jesus, Jesus.
Fucking hit him! Get him, Shire. Oh my God.
Then we move into the main event of the evening. We had your GCW World Championship match between the Boss of the Plains, one called Manders, and the Last Nail, Atticus Cogar. The vibes changed. Vibes were high all night, but the vibes changed. Atticus comes out first. One, because we're probably, getting into the head of not only the fans, but Manders himself. But because they figured Manders is going to get this eruption. They want Atticus to get out there and get all that, like, vibes to him. But, yeah, so then we had one called Manders come out. He enters the ring, goes around ringside. The crowd is going nuts. We're on our feet the entire time. One thing that, which happened very naturally is they cut Manders' music to start the ring introduction, and because he comes out to Dead or Alive, they cut it off at a part. I think it was just right after the first set of Wanteds, or the Wanteds, right towards the end of the song. But everybody's like, Wanted, and then they cut it, and then you can hear it come up, and Dead or Alive from the entire crowd. It was just organic. Manders was super over. I loved Manders anyway before I knew he was from or at least went to college in my state. But he was super over in Iowa. I can't, it's hard to recap this. I did it from memory mostly. I had to kind of get key points to make sure I had stuff kind of in order. But literally, my notes for this are the longest I think I've written in a while, since probably spring break, which is literally a month ago. The crowd was into it the whole time. Manders sitting up with the skewers with great visual. I know this is kind of deep into the match, but this match was both a blur and just a hype for me the entire time. Otis interferes, but Shara came out with the save with the kettle prod. Both men were just bloody by the end. You could see they were pouring buckets. Manders had a very nasty cut on the back of his head. I think he said it was 6 or 7 staples. Or stitches. I think stitches or staples that had to close it. Atticus gets skewered at one point himself, and like dark red blood just starts running down the front of his face. The false ending happened when Atticus pinned Manders, but Manders got his foot on the ropes. And then Recon called for the bell, but Recon quickly got berated by the audience. He's like, what? And we're all pointing to Manders' foot on the ropes after some convincing from Merritt Brave, MLJ, Ref Scarlett, and the fans themselves. Max Recon restarted the match. It went for probably another 3 to 4 minutes. It wasn't very long, but giving that hope spot very cemented that Manders hopefully would win the title now that, even though Atticus cheated, but we got it to where he could at least, get a fair shake at it. Merrick Brave stayed at ringside after they got the restart because he was on commentary for this match, and he at one point ended up using the kettle prod that Shara brought out against Otis or Atticus, but it was just, and then Atticus, Manders hit a lariat, 1-2, kick out, did a little extra stuff. Manders is off, selling on the other side. Atticus eggs Merrick to come into the ring and, like, if you want to talk all this shit, come and beat me up, motherfucker, type deal. And ends up eating a brain hemorrhage eventually after, like, a couple of, like, not even like a kick. He just kind of grabbed him and gave him one, which to Merrick's how do I put credit, he took it, even though he had a career-ending neck injury, which I did not know about. Merrick Brave was way before my time in the indie scene around here, but if you watched it, he kind of took the bump more like on his shoulder than on his head to protect his neck, which it still got the point across. But then a brain hemorrhage to Manders. 1, 2, 3. Atticus Cogar still leads Des Moines as champion. There has to be a reason why Manders didn't win. I would hope it's because of the injury. But I did give this match 5 stars. It's the only 5-star match of the night. And everything else didn't deserve 5 stars. I liked Bear Dozer versus Megan Matthews, but if that match had a little bit more, it would have been perfect. If and Vipers had a little bit more, it would have been much better. There's some matches that suffered because Iowa is a commission state and GCW is GCW. Brett Lauder already called Des Moines a town. Me and Post put screenshot here. So hopefully we'll get more GCW shows when they do these Midwest loops. I really hope. I had an excellent time. Unfortunately, the only downside that I saw, it's not a lot of the wrestlers were out before the show. It was basically like Anakin Murphy and KJ Orso. So that was it. Like, I was like, I went up there with a decent amount of money, and I was like intending on, splurging as much, which haul video at some point coming to the channel for what I got at the show, and collectibles, which I don't know if they'll go here, but they'll go in the room. They'll go in this little corner, because my office now is a little corner of a bigger room that I actually share with one of my best friends. He literally games right behind my monitors, because this is where I chose to set up. But yeah, so yeah. I will say that, which it's in my notes, after the match, Manders went off the air and said he didn't get the win, but he damn sure tried.
Holy fuck. Right? Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. My fucking head split open. Because I fucking live and breathe and die for this professional fucking wrestling. Hey, no, stop, because it's gonna get better. I am the living, breathing fucking truth. Yeah! I want to be treated well. I want to be treated the same way that I treat other fucking people. And I've been doing this fucking shit for 32 goddamn years of my fucking life. I will sit here and fucking do the work all day long. And if I want to take a goddamn break, I will. Because I fucking have fucking lived the price, and right here, right now, I'm living it, and I'm fucking happy because I'm here in the greatest fucking state. Yeah! I can sit here and bore you all goddamn night, but I'm probably gonna need stitches. Buy some fucking new t-shirts. I love you guys. Thank you for being here at GCW for the first ever fucking time. My fucking arm hurts. I think I got a piece of wood in it, but hey, it's the Coke and Pepsi product, they say, out there in this great world. It's a Coke and Pepsi product, so they say, and they always say you get one chance at this. I don't believe that at all. You just gotta keep rolling the dice. Love y'all.
Love you!
But which this is when what I wasn't sure of, because it was all just a blur at this point, because I did do most of this by memory. Basically, it was. But when he's ready, he's gonna do it, and he's gonna do it his way, the cowboy way, which means he's gonna start from the bottom and work his way all the way back up.
For the main event!
Oh my god! Ouch! What that really means is who knows. That's literally it. Who knows when he'll get back in that title picture. I'm sure he'll still be floating around the top of the card. But yeah, so this video has almost been 30 minutes. Granted, that is with a little stuff. I may be doing like some like other style content. Obviously, I want to bring reaction content to the channel, which I think I might actually record one of those today, depending on how much time and when my buddy gets up, because he sleeps over, like literally there, and he games over there. So, and I can't really record with him in here because I think my mic will pick up his voice instead of mine. But yeah, so yeah, videos in the future, haul video, other sort of reaction style content. So we'll keep rolling. Anyway, until next time, peace.